Okay, let's practice frequency table computation. Frequency table terms and definition. Frequency table is a tabular representation of data in an ascending or descending order of corresponding frequencies, right? This is one example. Now, given x variable, this is class intervals from 3 to 8. There's a 7 frequency. There's a 7 numbers in between from 3 to 8. There are 3 numbers in between from 9 to 14, etc., etc., right? This is one of the example of frequency table. Class interval is very important concept to understand this frequency table because instead of the we list out each individual value in this left column, we provide class interval to organize and interpret and understand better the data, right? If we list out every possible value from here to in ascending order, and then this table gets too long, right? So that's the reason why we grouping those numbers into from to 3 to 8, 9 to 14, etc., etc., right? And then next question is how we decided this interval width, right? Interval width is the distance between the this lowest interval, lower limit of each interval to next lower limit of interval, right? So in the 3 is a lower limit of this interval, and 9 is a lower limit of next interval, right? So in this case is 9 minus 3, which is 6, becomes class interval. And in this particular case, we have everything as like integer, so we can easily calculate the 6 and the other way around. See, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So possibly 6 integers can fall in each category. Look at this: 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. See, 6 numbers, right? 6 integers can fall in here. So that means class interval width means the 6 is 6 numbers can fall in here. But that is only when this is discrete cases, right? Integer cases, right? So the obvious definition is 9 minus 3, 15 minus 9, and 21 minus 15 is all easy to calculating this class width. F representing frequency, right? How many scores are occurring, right, in that particular interval or case, right? RF is relative frequency. In order to get the relative frequency, and I strongly recommend you to calculate the total frequency. So sum of each category frequency becomes total frequency, and then frequency, each category frequency divided by that total frequency becomes relative frequency. So in this case, 7 minus 10, 20, 22 becomes approximately 0.3182, right? In this case is what? Oh, 10 divided by same total frequency, right? Um, 22, right? 10 divided by 22, you will get a 0.445, etc., etc., right? Cumulative CRF is cumulative relative frequency. That is this category, right? CRF is before every cumulative relative frequency plus this category relative frequency. So 0.3182 plus 0.1364 becomes this number. In this case, is lowest level, there's no before everything. So 0 plus this category 0.3182 becomes that same number, right? How about these cases? Oh, 0.945 is what? Before everything, which is 0.5001 plus 0.4545 becomes 0.9546 is cumulative relative frequency, right? One of the property of the cumulative relative frequency is the last number should be 1 in case of ascending order, table. It could be descending order, ascending order. It depends on table, right? This is particular case of ascending order in, according to this x values, right? All right, and the next one is if you divide by relative frequency or cumulative relative frequency, I mean, you multiply this, relative frequency or cumulative relative frequency, you will get a percentage, right? So in this case, is what percentage for each case and cumulative percentage for each cases if you multiply 100, right? So you can make it as a proportion to percentage to proportion very easily by multiply 100, right? That's concept of percentage. All right, let's try to do practice in this case. Given this frequency table, all right, what is the total frequency of x, right? Total frequency of x is what? You can easily sum them up, all those numbers, right? Each category frequency, sum of each category frequency becomes total frequency. Answer is B, right? Why? Because 9 plus 4 plus 7 plus 5 plus 4 becomes 29. Answer is B. Let's try to another one. This frequency table, right? What is frequency for X? The interval range from 7 to 11. So what is this frequency, right? Answer is C. First of all, we have to calculate the total frequency. So 7 divided by 0.3182, right? And becomes 22, right? This is one way to calculating total frequency very easily, like a 1 divided by 0.1455, also approximately 20, right? Because a rounding error should be 22, right? So first step is calculate total frequency. Now we know the total frequency, right? So this number divided by total frequency becomes this number, right? That's the reason why total frequency multiply this relative frequency give you this frequency, right? Once again, calculate the total frequency first and then multiply that total frequency for 2 relative frequency and you're able to get that category frequency. Answer is 3, right? So the final numeric value is 3. Answer in multiple choice is a C. Right, this example and this frequency table, right? What is a cumulative relative frequency for X interval from 13 to 16? So we are asking this number, right? We are interested to know this cumulative relative frequency value in here. Answer is D. Why answer is D is what? This number, right? And this next category, consecutive category, cumulative relative frequency is sum of this number, previous category, cumulative relative frequency, plus that category relative frequency, right? So this number plus this number should be this number. So that this number itself is what? The cumulative relative frequency for this category should be 0.9167 minus this one, 0.04717. So approximately 0.0875 as a numeric value. The multiple choice answer is a D. Let's move on to another one. frequency table practice 4. In this frequency table, given the table above table, what is the cumulative percentage for x range from 9 to 12, right? So now we are looking for cumulative percentage. Cumulative percentage is not given in this table. We only got a frequency, relative frequency. It's not percentage, right? But what is cumulative percentage? Answer is E, 50%. Why? Percentage is proportion, right? Or, relative frequency is the same as proportion, right? Proportion times 100 becomes percentage. So point 0.5 is what? Cumulative relative frequency or cumulative proportion times 100. 50 becomes the percentage number, right? It's very easy to, percentage to proportion or cumulative frequency, relative frequency is very easy. Just multiply 100 and then you will get cumulative percentage or percentage itself, right? So be careful. Multiply in here. Now you will get a what? Regular percentage. If you multiply in here cumulative relative proportion, you will get a cumulative percentage. All right. All right. Check the description section in below for more learning resources. Thank you.